Serafina and I were at a entrepreneurial book club where Stephanie never read the right book, and
Stephanie was terrible at this book club.
I really sucked at book club.
I did
Fabulous. What?
I just had a visual. I just had a
It was a
visual.
lot.
I had a visual.
Proud of it.
Hold on, let me turn it on.
Hey, cool cats and kittens. How you doing today?
Why are you doing all this nostalgia stuff?
I don't know. I don't know why. It's just come to my brain. Maybe because I had a whole night of nostalgia
Oh my God, yeah.
last night. Oh, about
Delicious
last
dish.
night.
So I finally managed to get to the Cape at 6 o'clock last night.
Woo woo.
Yeah, well, I finally was able to stop over at that brewery that doesn't distribute anywhere else.
Yeah.
What's the name of the something
Treehouse.
something treehouse? You know, and then I don't know.
By the way, they do have 10 of the top 10 beers in the world. So
Yeah, but are they all available? No.
no, that's a different story.
Well, there we go. And I go direct to the distributor, and I did a couple samples, and I'm like, oh, okay. Out of all the porters, that's the one I like. And then I tried another one that was a Pilsner, and I was like, all right, that's what I'm gonna have one of these, relax for a little bit because it was a long
I
day.
should have warned you.
I know. And then I go downstairs in the store because they meet you and they're like, oh yeah, whenever you're ready, come down to the store. And I go down and I'm like, okay, I want this and I want this. She's like, unfortunately, we're out of that. I'm
Sorry,
like,
sir, that's unavailable.
Then she gives me another one suggestion. She's like, this one's pretty good. It's pretty close. And I said, well, are the samples upstairs? She's like, no.
No, you can't have that there.
So I bought 2 of those. And then all of a sudden I see coffee. And then I see cold brew. And I'm like, you guys don't advertise very well.
You get what you get. You
There's
don't get
nothing
upset.
upstairs. Jesus. It's like,
Mhm.
I'm not a yokel. You know the difference between a local and a yokel?
What? A why?
No, you usually get
Why?
you have a banjo band.
I wish I
playing
had a
in the
banjo
lobby.
sound effect
Can
over
you
here.
imagine?
I just have a trombone. This was you not getting your porter yesterday.
Exactly. I actually put that to a picture. Remember that one I sent you?
Yes. So good.
There are some people that, you look at their picture and just like, that's what I hear in my head.
Hmm.
So I had to put it. I had to make the video of that.
This is my good friend RTB, by the way. It's been quite a
Oh.
moment before you've been on the air. We've missed you.
It's been, a couple
You've been
months.
busy. You got a lot
last
going
year.
on.
Yeah, and I was hoping to get here so we could do a year in review, but that didn't happen.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. But last
Gloria
night,
says hello.
hello. And happy Friday, everybody.
Yay.
Last night after the Treehouse Brewery, I went to go visit you, and you were
Thank you.
doing trivia, and then you did some music some music bingo,
Right.
And you played Donny Osmond's "Puppy Love,"
I did right.
and I'm like, that brought back a childhood memory because I had his album. It was called "To You with Love," Donny, and that song wasn't on the album, but "Go Away, Little Girl" was. And that
He's been singing it ever since.
Oh my God, totally. Well, it's one of these bubblegum songs that
It's
you just
infectious.
you can't get it out of your
Mhm.
head. So that was fun.
He heard Puppy Love, sang it last night, sang
I
it this
did,
morning,
I
and now I'm
did.
going to have it stuck in my head all day. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks a bunch.
Well,
After I left you last night, we went and got a bite to eat, and I pulled into our regular Thursday night where we go and have a little bit of sushi.
Mhm.
And it was like, they were giving out free samples of everything that was in the house. And I said, isn't it funny? It's probably because next door is so busy and there's no food
Mhm.
that they've spilled over here. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
It was the who's who of Cape Cod. It was every single person, good and bad, that I haven't seen in, I want to say, a decade. All to say goodbye
Thank you.
to one of our best and favorite bartenders, Andy, over at Tiki Port. So we got to say our goodbyes to Andy. You can't help but touch things, can you? Our behind the scenes coffee deliverer was also messing with the camera,
Well, he was watching online.
right? My parents regretted buying me a Puppy Love.
Is that Gloria? I knew it. Yep.
What's up, Megan? Thanks for joining us. So everybody in Cape Cod said goodbye to Andy yesterday. And I walked in and some hurried drink runner was like, "Do you want anything to drink? You better get it in now. It's last call." I said, "No, I'm not.
We're set.
I'm good." Then I
Yeah.
look over to my right. There's my husband with 2 Mai Tais. I'm like, "Oh my God, we're here."
Guess I know who's driving home tonight.
No, I ended up with seltzer water at the end of the night, but that didn't stop it.
Of course.
We continued on this Hyannis Barfly tour,
Yeah.
and I stopped at B&B, of course, afterwards because I had to pick up my son a pizza where the rest of Hyannis was.
While he was waiting home for delivery.
He 100.
exactly.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, 100%. And then was
Oh.
trying to text me, "Can you give me fried Oreos? Can you
You're
get
lucky
me
you're
this?"
getting a pizza, boy.
I'm like, this is the
There you
time
go.
of night where people only make one thing, and you're lucky you're getting food because
At
somewhere
this
on Cape
hour,
Cod,
yeah, because I was driving home and it was just like closed.
100%.
closed.
We've just decided here on this trapped man-made island that we don't serve food past 9 p.m. anywhere.
At grocery stores, you had your opportunity.
Right? That's it. Hunker down. You're not getting food anymore. I don't know when this began, but pandemic, it never came back.
Well, at least you have family hustles, but it's always like it's the group thing, like frozen
Mhm.
dinners, lean cuisine.
Yep.
Don't thought, who cares? You're alone. Just saying.
It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah. Well, I was in such a great mood driving down because I just left a retirement party where I work.
There was cut the cake.
There was a gentleman, they didn't cut. I know. Anyway, we'll get there. But I was excited and I forgot. I was like, "Well, how old are you?" And he said 72, and I was like, "You look a lot older than that." So this place has not been kind to you. Wonderful man, always positive, always collaborative. And I was very happy for him because, again, I always love to cheer and celebrate anybody that's retiring because not everybody makes it.
Right? It's so true.
It is. And we were talking, I know we've had that death toll.
Well,
and talk about people.
There
and
were
I know-
surprises this week in the
Yeah.
passings of people. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
Anytime a celebrity dies, him and I will text each other back and forth. We're like, oh boy,
Yeah.
what's next?
And then they did the in memoriam at one of the recent shows. I think it was the Screen Actors. And I had forgot last year David Soul had passed away.
We're gonna pause on this and revisit it in a second. We've got Jim Kiley waiting in the waiting room.
Oh,
What's up,
sorry.
Jim?
Hey, Stephanie, how you doing?
I'm doing well. RTB and Stephanie this morning. This is Jim Kiley. And Jim, introduce yourself because I'm like, I don't even know where you want to start with all of your accolades.
All right. No, Jim Kiley lived in Mashpee, been on the Cape for about 25 years now. Involved in a couple of projects. One, the Boys and Girls Club at Cape Cod, and we'll talk about some events there. And the second, I lead a Team Lanzoni, that was the biggest fundraiser in the Falmouth Road Race last year for Dana Farber cancer. We raised over $250,000.
Incredible.
Yep. And Steph, I know you've been a great supporter of both the club. You're on the board and helping me with my cause with Dana Farber. And
you know what though, Jim? I love doing your fundraiser, especially this Irish festival, because your supporters and the people that they're just fun. They have a good time. They dance. They love life. They're just wonderful people. It's so easy to be around a group of supporters like that. You want to be a part of it.
Yeah, they're all really good people. That's what I can say about everybody that gets involved. It's just really good people. And, here today to invite some more good people. We've got the Irish Fest coming up at the New Seabury Country Club on March 9th from 1 to 5 in the afternoon. I've got a top tier band. It's called the Band Called Ireland. They're from the South Shore.
So good.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get them, Jim, but they are so good.
It's good people, right? Met the guy one day and asked him if he'd come down. And the first Irish Fest I had was in my driveway. In COVID, when everyone felt it was safe enough to come out in a driveway and hang around, and we had one, and then people said, "Hey, you got to make this bigger." So here we are. We've got the Kiley School of Dance coming, some Irish step dancers.
Colleen is awesome. I'm really excited. They've got a big tournament that they're doing this year. They're going to Galway for the national step dancing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we got to make some good donations to them as well.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing the big thing right there. So they're being nationally recognized. So it's kind of incredible that we've got this talent right here on Cape Cod.
I didn't know that. That's fantastic news. Yeah.
Always a great town.
And you got the bagpipers.
Yeah. I got married in Galway last June. So I do love that town.
Oh, wow.
That's amazing. I know. Congratulations. Your wife is fabulous and such a supporter and a runner also.
Oh yeah, she'll be running for the team. She'll be running. Yep, and we have complimentary food at the event. There'll be raffles, a 50-50 raffle, and it's just really, 4 hours of great fun. And if anyone wants to join, I know Stephanie's posted the link out there, and we'll definitely do that again. It'll be
Yeah, it's
okay.
March 9th. It's
Yep.
from 1 until 5. And you can see Ireland the band. The food is always fantabulous. It's over at
Yep.
New Seabury, bagpipers, step dancers, and like tons of auction items. You always get some good
Yep.
stuff.
I know a lot of good people that donate stuff. So.
That's right, for sure. So grab your
We'll get
tickets.
more.
Those are on Eventbrite. And I'll drop the
Yep.
link again in the chat. So in case you're looking for something to do on the 9th
No.
over at New Seabury. We've also got our chili challenges that completely sold out.
That is,
Yep.
I heard that there are a few sponsorships left out there, and you can contact the Boys and Girls Club through the link, and Ruth
It's the
can
only way
help
you're
you out
getting in.
there.
Big bucks,
Oh,
people. The kids
Big
need
bucks. That's right. That's right, Steph. And that's always, a great event. Started when Martha's Vineyard sort of dropped their event over there. We picked it up. Joe Callahan, one of our board members, had the first one at his house, much like I had my first.
He's
Irish
so
house.
fun too.
He's great, and got to attribute huge success to him, and people like yourself that have really grabbed onto this, and great event on April 20th at the Pomponessa Inn. We have the Grab Brothers Band, and we have just Stephanie hosting it and running the show. So
It's always such a good time. And I love the Grab Brothers. You ask them what's on your set list. We don't have a set list, they say. They feel the crowd.
Wow.
And I don't know if you ever knew, but Larry Grab used to work as a psychic on
Really?
Main Street in Provincetown. And so he used to come on our show on the radio station I used to work at. And when I was pregnant with Lily, who's about to be 18 years old, he came into the studio and he did a reading. I actually hired him for my baby shower. So he went into the baby shower and he was giving readings. And I was like, Larry, this baby's been a real pain. I was like, tell me what's going to happen. And he's like, I don't know. I see something with the mouth. And now she's a theater major over here and never shuts up. So I always laugh when I see Larry. I'm like, there he is. So they psychically feel the crowd when they play for them. And I swear it works for them. They were just in like Thailand. I don't know what they were having a blast. They had gigs over there. This is their R&R for the year. They're wild, they're crazy, and they're really a good time.
They are. Yeah.
So we're blessed to have them for the Chili Fest. And also, let's talk about what's going on in the club. I feel like we're always moving and shaking, added board members, doing big high-level projects. I'm like, I'm hearing the board nod in my head going, I have no idea what's happening, but I'm trying to be helpful.
Steph, you certainly are more than helpful. Great to have you. Great to have you on the board. So the big goings on right now at the club is we have the plans for building a teen center adjacent to the club. The town folks voted to give us the land last year at town meeting, and that's being certified with the state right now. We've raised about half the funds that we need. We've got about $2.5 million, to build this. We've engaged an architect. We're soliciting subcontractors. So this is something that's been a dream since 2008.
It's so needed, though. Our teens really need a place to go, a safe place to go. I know my son loves going to tea night on Friday nights. They feed them. They, he plays basketball. They hang out there. He's like sweaty, like moved his body a lot and not glued in his room alone.
Right.
Like it's just a nice place for them to go and have friends and do things.
Yep. And
not be in trouble.
Right. Right. And, we've got a very safe spot there right across from the police station. Right. And, we've got great plans for the inside. Not only, will there be places for kids to keep themselves entertained, but we're going to have a creative room where, people can explore and build things. It's called the Maker's Room. We're going to have a study hall. We're going to have a weight room for the kids. We're going to have a dance studio. So we've got a lot of great things planned for that building, and thanks to a lot of good people, and we need more good people to help us build this. So if anyone wants to get involved, help us out, you can contact Ruth down at the club or go onto our website, and we'll give you some direction there. So,
Yeah, come and see the plans. Come and check it out and be part of
Yep.
this as it's being built because it's
Yep.
really incredible. And I'm so excited to be here and
Yep.
involved with the Boys and Girls Club. You guys, we are so lucky to have this in Mashpee,
We
and we
really
need to
are.
foster it. Yep.
We really are, and I hope people realize that having a club, right, the mentoring that goes on there, people from all walks of life, go to the club. It's a hand reaching down, helping the person blow you up culture, right? Everybody's helped everybody along the way. The kids who are now directors there were 5-year-olds at that club.
That's what I
so
love. It really
yeah,
is. They stay, they come back, they work at the club. It's really just such a nice space for them, and they
it
really
is.
do help everyone.
It is. And this teen center is long overdue and needed for all the youth in the area. We'll be open up, every night, and it'll be a place for them to come after school and get their work done, and then, add whatever they want to add to their lives there that day. So,
Oh, we love all of the work that's being done over there. Jim, we're excited for Irish Fest. Everyone, I'm
all
going to
right.
drop the link in the chat. Grab your tickets. That is going on March 9th over at New Seabury. And this is to benefit Team Lanzoni and also Dana Farber and all the research that they do. And
That's right.
go team. I
All
threatened
right.
I was going to come back and run this year. I did
All
20
right.
of them. I don't know
All
if
right.
it's going to happen this year. It might have to be
Well,
next year.
Let's go. All right. Thanks for your
We'll
time.
talk to you later. Bye,
Thanks for
Jim.
having on. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, I absolutely love Jim Kiley, and that man can throw down some Guinness. I'll tell you what, he's really.
He got married in Ireland. So
That's
I'm
it.
Sure.
Oh my! And they're so funny.
Yeah.
They come for trivia nights every once in a while, and he's like, "Steph, where's trivia tonight?" Like, okay. They're smart too.
Yeah. I'll tell you my Galway story off.
Oh, I need to hear that. So we were talking about you. You attended the retirement party.
Yes.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Roberta. John, I'm still alive. I'm still standing after our Hyannis Who's Who last night. You even called it quits. What's up, Mark? Thanks for joining us. And I'm just going to delete this lady from Dubai over here because I don't think she's here for us. Delete your comment. Sorry, lady. Retirement party. You're excited.
Yep. Oh, we were talking about age. And then yesterday we were talking about the updated CDC life expectancy for males in the U.S. dropped from 77 to 76, and he's 72. And I was like, well, enjoy your years. I don't know how much longer he'll live, but yeah, I do wish people the best when they're retirement. But that just kind of segues into me listening to Chris Boyd.
Love him.
He has a podcast called Something More with Chris Boyd. He is a certified financial planner and practitioner, and I enjoy the podcast so much that now he's my financial advisor.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and they talk a lot about a lot of different things, and they talk about not just financial planning, but the quality of life issues.
Yep.
To make the money matters matter.
Look at you knowing all the taglines.
Absolutely.
I love it.
He's my partner in prosperity.
Whenever you texted me that.
My fulfillment facilitator. I love Chris Boyd. He's fantastic. Him and Jeff, their podcasts are great. In one book I haven't gotten yet, that's by Roger Landry. That's called Live Longer, Die Shorter. It's a guide to authentic living and
that was one
aging.
of my favorite podcasts that they've done in a really long time.
Yeah. I can't wait to get the book. I am going to get it soon. I just haven't had a chance to order it.
But just listening to him, I got to watch it. So I edit them.
Yeah.
Yes, they're on Lemonadio. And I get to sit there and ingest all of this knowledge. I feel like even though I have nothing to retire with right now, I feel like I know what to do with it now.
Mm-hmm. Just got to get it.
Right. But he just really got me excited about like the things are changed, like just how to approach things. It's definitely a mindset issue, and it's a better way of thinking about things.
And again, it's knowledge. Knowledge is power, and just knowing all about the different intricacies of the different things that are part of your quality of life. With aging and long-term insurance and all that kind of stuff, it's like you don't think about it, you don't know about it, and
how would you unless you're directly affected,
right? Exactly, unless you're directly affected. So listening to these podcasts are pretty cool because you learn about stuff and you're like, wow, maybe I should plan for that, or I'm not going to have that kind of cash, so I'm just going to have to wing it.
Next.
So but it's nice. It's nice. You do comprehend all that stuff, and you keep it in your little back pocket for whenever you may need it. That was one of the things that I learned when I did my public health law course. There's it's called the Patient's Rights and Responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
The Patient's Rights, something like that. And my George Annis was one of the authors, and There's a section on, dealing with elders
And these are all
hospital care.
uncomfortable conversations to have.
They are, but you learn so much, and you understand the power you have in hospital, in healthcare, when you're dealing with anybody you love or care about that's facing end of life issues.
Mhm.
It's really important, and that book and that course just was so helpful. During that whole process.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. Well, there was a moment where my my husband was down in Florida taking care of his father, and they wouldn't let him and his sister take care of his father, be with him. They're like, we're not going to interfere. We've been taking care of him. We know what he needs, and we'll help out or we'll do, but we want to be with him. He's our father, and he's going through end of life stuff,
Mhm.
and they wouldn't let him in. And
That's
Well,
awful.
Danny called me and said they won't let him in. He said, "Do you know what we can do?" I said, "Hold on." I said, "Let me call you right back." 5 minutes later, he texted me. He says, "I don't know what you did." He's like, "But you're awesome."
You did what you needed to do.
did, yeah.
That's what you do. Good
Yeah.
morning, Patricia. Thanks for joining us on the show. I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I saw there was a Google search. They said, what do people over 55 Google the most?
Oh, yeah.
And it's how to retire. How to retire.
Over 50. You should have been doing this when you're 20, but still.
For people over
Oh
55.
my God.
It's closely followed by how to play pickleball. Pickleball is dangerous, by the way.
I'm not even going there.
And I have friends of mine in their 30s that are sport of the future. I can't do it.
Part of the future.
Sport of the future.
Mhm.
It's a craze right now.
You know why it was invented?
Why?
To reduce the population.
I love this. It was arranged and organized by orthopedics everywhere.
Exactly.
How are we going to get these numbers up, everybody? We need some more surgeries.
I'm sorry, you've already had your knee replacement. There's nothing else we can do. Oh, that hip, it's shattered. That's gone.
Sorry.
No, just start planning.
I need to tell Lisa this. This is like
Totally.
her favorite thing.
Pick what wheelchair you like.
Yeah, right? She's even got her favorite pickleball outfits. Like,
No. Sorry. Hard pass.
she was in California. She's coming back today, and she was worried about how she was going to get a racket there without having to carry all of the things. So she mailed it there. Where are you, pickleball people? We gotta talk.
And I spend my time watching Teresa Caputo.
Oh, right. Speaking of which, Susan just hopped on the line.
Oh,
hi, Susan.
Hi.
She's like, what did I just walk into? Talk about that experience.
So a couple weeks ago on Sunday, February 18th, that's it. She was in Medford at the Chevalier Theater. This is the second time I saw her there, and then before that, I saw her at the Bosch, formerly the Boeing Center.
Yeah.
This one was really interesting. There were a lot of spirits talking about tattoos.
Okay.
And specifically at the beginning was a tree tattoo. At the end was a cloud tattoo. And one of the things Teresa talks about when she starts is like, I might not pick you, the right spirit, whoever spirit is, they'll have me give her, stuff, and it will resonate with a particular person and probably be that person's father, mother, grandmother, whatever, brother. She says, but please listen and pay attention because it's all spirits sending message to everybody in this room. So you will get something out of it. That's why she calls it the experience.
Okay.
And it's true. A lot of heavy topics. Some tragic deaths that happened, some that she talked a lot about. Well, she talked a little bit about suicide, and sometimes if it's not spirit's time, and the person tries to do so, they may end up like on life support or in a wheelchair, and that's just because it's not spirit's time. This is deep stuff, and it was hard because there was a particular person there that the spirits were trying to help her because she was having a really tough time dealing with relatives passing. And it was really nice, and everybody knew it and felt it, and it was great. But with the whole tattoos, and there were certain signs she was getting, she's like, "I've never had these before," and I'm thinking, Daniel's in the room because I have a tree tattoo, and I also have a cloud tattoo. And when she came down the aisle, I was third in. She kept looking at me, and I'm like, "Yeah, you're not going to get it." I said, "Daniel's not going to come forward, but he's going to screw around with the whole room." So at least that's the way I interpret it.
Yeah.
Susan and I talked about it. She thought that was funny.
Well, it's a different experience, I guess, for everybody. It must be heavy for her to leave a room like that, especially when it's like very heavy topics too.
I think she probably
It's
has
got to be emotional draining,
she probably has a whole container of sage.
right?
You know?
Like, get me in my cocoon,
So, like,
my sage cocoon, please.
That's it. Time to cleanse sometime.
Seriously.
But when I was going home, I did see the tour bus, and I was like, should I hang on? No, no.
Oh
You can't
my
be
God, the poor
you
thing.
can't be a stalker. But her last episode, she had a 2-hour episode. And she was in Rehoboth Beach, which was kind of cool. But she went to the candy store with her cousins, and you hear the screaming, there she is. And I'm like, oh my God.
She has a fan club like
but
no
this
other.
was like above and beyond, because you do see people sometimes that say hello, but this one was screaming. It was a little embarrassing. It was very weird. But when you're in Delaware, we're in Delaware.
Yeah, right. I can't, like, there's not much going on there.
Oh,
I get
no.
it.
It's just a hop, skip, and a jump from Jersey and Philly. Yeah.
Well, that's your stomping ground, so
Exactly. That's why I'm saying
I'm gonna leave you being the expert on that one.
South Jersey, I'll say that.
I do want to make mention of the fact that we are going to be participating in sharing kindnesses suicide awareness walk, since we're talking heavy topics a little bit, but this is really a celebration and a reminder of all of the things. And Sharing Kindness is just such a wonderful organization. It's going to be May 18th at Veterans Beach Park. And we'll make some light announcements, go on our walk. And this group is just really fantastic. So if you are struggling, I want you to know there are people out there, and we're here for you.
Yeah, absolutely. No one should ever feel alone.
Now, we talk about heavy topics here sometimes, and it just is part of that. So,
right.
Hi, Jackie. Thanks for joining us this morning. RTB drove all the way from, you're a driver.
I am. Well, I used to not when I wasn't driving, because I didn't own a car for good 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
When I lived in Boston, because you didn't need one. And I was much younger.
Right.
Now I just want to shoot to the grocery store or have it delivered. But I will say I was not a good long distance driver. I was when I was younger. And then when I didn't have a car, when I started driving, I was like, I couldn't go long distances.
Yeah.
Highway hypnosis and stuff, and you just end up, you're trying not to fall asleep behind the wheel. But I've developed that tolerance now since I've been driving back and forth between Boston and Provincetown and all over the Cape.
Yeah. What's up, T? How you feeling this morning?
Well, that's one of the things driving across the Cape. I'm like, I love the Cape.
Yeah, it's a beautiful drive. And deceivingly long.
It's deceivingly long, but it's beautiful, and I love the community here. And it's it's time for me to contemplate and to think, where do I want to retire? And it's just, there's the wants and the needs and the financial wherewithal, and it's hard.
Yeah, you're kind of going through it right now.
Very hard, and that's what this year is for me. It's change, self-care and strength. And it's been really, really hard at the past couple months, and I'm just trying to get through it, while working.
But you're doing some fun things too. You've got the 24-hour play this weekend.
Yep, this weekend in Provincetown is a 24-hour play. I've been doing it for probably about 7 years now, or 6 years. It's great. You show up. We're showing up tonight around 5:30. We've Nate and Frank, who produce it, and they work with Ellen, who's she's a great stage manager.
It's such a fun concept too.
Yeah, it's a great concept, because what they do is they have seven directors and 7 writers sign up. And then they do a call for actors, and they have usually 21. And then what they do is pick the director out of a hat. The writer picks the name out of the hat, and they have their team for like the 7 plays, and then they pick names out of a hat for each one of the 7 plays, and you get picked. And Friday night we meet, we talk with the director and the writer about what we've done on stage, what we're comfortable doing, the talents we have, maybe sometimes wardrobe if they're thinking or asking about stuff. There are 3 specific items or topics we have to talk about, the writer has to write about, that they give at that meeting. Then the writer goes off and they write overnight. They spend all night writing. They submit their script at 6 a.m. on Saturday. We get it at 8 a.m. We rehearse all day and we perform it that night. And then we do an encore on Sunday at 2 p.m.
And it's really awesome.
It's a sold out event always.
Yeah.
Both the Saturday evening and the Sunday.
One of these years I'll get to it. I do like watching. I like that they film it, and I like that there's a link so you can watch it from wherever you are, which is awesome.
I'm assuming that they're filming it again this year.
They better be, because I'll be so disappointed, because you just have such a stage presence. I'm waiting for you to find the right vehicle. And all of a sudden you're going to see him in lights because he just has such a commanding presence. If you've traveled anywhere with RTB, him and I go every single year to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. This one's dressed to the nines. People walk beside him and ask for their photos with him because he looks like he's part of the show. It's just
I'm
one
part
of
of my
these
own
days,
show.
You are absolutely part of your own show, and we're
Thank
just here
you.
visiting it. But one of these days, you are going to be found somewhere. Just remember the little people over here.
There we go. Well, the one thing I want, like,
Send me a flight
I'm
somewhere.
waiting for Mary J to bring me up on stage.
We're waiting for that
That's it.
anytime now. This is an open invitation, Mary
She's my
J.
fan vote for this year's nominees. They're great nominees this year. Peter Frampton, Ozzy Osbourne. He's already been inducted from
So many
with his
good
group.
people for this Rock
Oh
Hall.
my God, yeah, it'll be fantastic. We're going.
My friend Diana was who always comes to our Monday trivia over at Dino's, and she's like, oh, have you seen the lineup yet? Because now she knows.
Mhm.
And she was like live commenting with me while I was there, and she was watching
Oh.
it. She's just so funny. She's
That's
really
awesome.
into it. So
Yeah.
yeah. Her mom was the one who made us this cute little Lemonade-o sign. Speaking of retirement,
That's great.
her
Wow.
mom's got crafty activities that she's got going on in her
Wow.
life.
Speaking of performances, I also want to give a huge hats off to, not that she watches this, but Jinx Monsoon,
Mhm.
drag queen, amazing. Not first, but I would just say, played Mama Morton in Chicago.
So awesome.
I think it was last year on Broadway. Sold out houses. Coming back to do a few shows from June 27th to July 12th, going back to Chicago. But also on April 2nd is going to be in Little Shop of Horrors playing Audrey.
So awesome.
That
One
is
of my
amazing.
favorite shows.
Yep. It's a great show. It's one of Daniel's favorites. He was
Of
pissed.
course it
He
is.
was really pissed.
And
because the beginning is the big numbers.
Right.
It's the girls, the doo-wop. And yeah, we missed it because I had the wrong start time and he was pissed.
Oh, I would. Yeah, that's you can't come back from that, really.
No. I was in the doghouse for a very long time. But another dream of Jinx's was to play Carnegie Hall, and guess what? She's going to be playing a concert on Valentine's Day in
Epic.
2024 at Carnegie Hall.
So cool.
So I got to give hats off to that performer, that entertainer. If you've not seen Jinx is going to be in Provincetown this weekend. Mark Hotel just announced
I know. I saw all the
arts.
shows,
Yes.
and I'm very excited that they're all kind of bopping over to the town hall,
yeah.
where they kind of all were misplaced a little bit by the closing of the theater, and so now they found a new home. And even Marilyn everybody's coming back, which I'm really excited for.
Absolutely.
Lily and I went to go see her at the former, what was the name of the Provincetown
Art House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now they've got a new home over at Town Hall, but Lily and I really enjoyed that show. And she's just like, she's awesome.
Yeah.
80 years old, still singing, dancing. She's fabulous.
Doesn't she show up in a Rolls Royce?
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Exactly. Kicking, got a couple of
Rolling with
dance
the
moves.
homies.
So good.
She's great.
And
I've
also,
even seen her when she's not performing. She's in town. It's
Right.
Awesome.
yeah.
And
And very approachable. That's why I like going to see a show in Provincetown, because no
That's-
matter when they get off stage, everybody's so gracious. They're happy to talk to you. It's just it's a nice warm hug. It's all
Yeah.
I can say about that.
or when you're waiting for them to finish their ice cream.
Oh, shut your mouth.
This one, waiting for Bowen Wang from SNL to finish his phone call and his ice cream.
I'm obsessed with him. He's having his ice cream right now. Okay, I'll wait. There's
Sitting on a
Stephanie's-
park bench. We could have played Jethro Tull. That's how long it took for us to wait for him to finish his ice cream because you wanted to say hi and get a picture. Just saying.
I wasn't going to walk away. He's right there. And I am such a super fan of
He's
his.
not going to be back here ever. Uh-huh. Okay.
He's probably not.
I'm excited. Cheyenne Jackson is going to be performing in P-Town this year too.
The release of all that's the part that gets me excited about spring and summer, a
Is that
season.
part of the announcements.
Are the announcements
Yeah.
of all the stuff that's going to
Yeah.
be happening for the season. And I love the way that they roll it out. I was at a chamber event this week, and I got to talk to Radu, who is the Provincetown Chamber director.
Uh-huh.
And he's just saying how many fun things that they're working on right now. A lot of new stuff is coming. And even with Everall, there are 3 or 4 new businesses that are coming to Provincetown. I like seeing some new,
Yeah.
smaller businesses. It's not always the big to-dos that are the ones that are eye-catching. It's the little businesses that
Well,
I get pumped for.
And it's been consecutive. I mean, people have always been doing this for years, and that's why Cape Cod is one of the #1 tourist attractions.
Yeah.
Just to be here on the Cape.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got so much going on all over the place. I want to talk about one more show that
Okay.
I just finished watching. It's on the Food Network, and Chopped. I like to watch every once in a while, but they had this 6-part, I think it was 6-part episode. It was called Spin It to Win It. And it was 16 chefs, and they had a wheel. They spun to see who the first 4 contestants were, and whoever won that final of the 3. Because they do
So it was totally random matchup.
Totally
you didn't know what you
random.
were getting.
Exactly.
Okay.
And they do 3 courses. They do appetizer, main, and dessert. And one person gets chopped after each one, so that there's only one remaining. But what they did was for each anchor, they have that basket which has 3 or 4 different.
Somebody said that was already planned, like that was a lie portion of the show.
No, it's BS.
I'm just
but
saying.
What they're doing is they decided to have a wheel of dollar amounts, and you spun it to get your 4th ingredient. And depending on how much the money was, if it was a low amount, it was something simple like candy or something, and if it was higher, it was a really, really challenging ingredient. I watched all of them, and the last episode for the main ingredient, they hit like $6,500. No, they hit $10,000, and the ingredient was beef bile. And of course, that's something that you're like, it's bile.
That's not food.
It's in the guts of a stomach of a cow, and they have to cook it because you can't eat it raw. So it was very interesting to see how they were cooking it and what they were doing. But anyway, long story short, there was this guy who won, I think, like the 3rd episode or something, and he won all 3 and went to the next and did another 3. His name's Peter McQuaid. And then by the time he hit the finale, he had already done six challenges. He did the other 3 9, and he was up against this executive chef named Josh, who was really good too. And it just shows, under pressure. I mean, this guy was skilled. Josh was skilled with pastries and baking, and he was going to do this chocolate cake, and it didn't work really well. It was still good, and I thought it was so close, and they did say it was so close. But anyway, in the end, Peter McQuaid won $64,000, the highest win.
That's a lot of money
for Chops. Yeah.
What's up, Huck?
And I just want to give him credit, because it was amazing to watch. It was really a lot of fun.
Huck, what did you get for your fight? Did you get any money? Was there a purse attached to that? $64,000 is a good amount of money.
Yeah.
To win a cooking competition. But I guess when you're cooking beef bile. I didn't want to say it out loud. For a lot of gross talk this week. Sorry, everybody.
Well, you wonder who's in charge of picking these ingredients, But,
yeah, right, jerks.
Well,
we're going to give them this. It's like the Hunger Games back there. Give them this and see what they have to make with.
There is a lot of interesting ingredients from Asia and different countries.
You know what? Cool. There should be more variety in the items that we choose. I feel like as we're getting into it, and we're not in food scarcity or anything like that, but I definitely believe in honoring the entire thing, the entire animal, and using all of the parts. I guess we need to get a little bit less choosy about them.
Well, and in the grocery store, you'll see tripe, and I've had look at you. I've had it before. What's his name? The one that went to court. Who hasn't?
Right? I'm like, wait a minute.
No,
could be all
Batali's restaurant.
Gotcha.
He had the it was like a Parmesan bile thing. It was really good. But you just have to know how to cook it.
Tripe is also in some Italian cooking.
Yeah.
It's also
no, absolutely. So anyway, some other restaurants I've had, and it's not been as good, but his was really good. They know how to cook with it.
Yeah, I'm not a sweetbreads kind of gal. I'm not a.
Yeah, I've had them. They're okay.
Keep your innards to yourself. I don't want them. Sorry, I can't do it.
As long as we don't get to the point where we're cooking people, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, right. Well, we don't know what's going to happen in the world.
We're overpopulated. We know that.
It's going to be a live situation over here.
I think we need to shift. We need to do it right now.
Well, let's talk about the party, because you were talking about the retirement party. We were laughing about it.
Well, yeah, because nobody was...
It is a pet peeve of mine.
All right. Should I start?
Yes.
Okay. So we're sitting there. We're congregating. There's people that are starting to arrive, and there's this whole setup. And of course, it's at the center where there are a lot of college students because it's on the campus, and they're walking through. And I went to arrive early so that I could,
Get in, get out.
make sure that also people that weren't supposed to be eating the food wasn't, but nobody was eating anyway. So I was like, all right, I'm starting this line, grabbed a plate,
Is anybody
started
going to
going.
eat here? No.
And then at the end of the line, I see this table, and this is huge. I mean, huge. I should have taken a picture of it. Huge cake for the person that was retiring. And then after I did 2 trips to the food because it was appetizer stuff, and I didn't want to look like a pig and have a huge plate.
Is anybody else eating over here?
And it wasn't a lot.
Me.
I didn't eat a lot because I was talking as well, and I hadn't had lunch, so I was really hungry. But I was ready for something sweet, and I said to the woman I know that was organizing it, I said, "Is that the only dessert item we've got? Is the cake?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, I haven't cut it yet." I said, "I am only here for an hour. I got to go."
What is the point of
They
waiting?
They didn't do it, and they did it late. And then later on, when I was with you, I checked in to see how the party went, and she's like, "We have so much cake left." I said, "Well, save me some."
Because you didn't cut it when there were actual people
Exactly,
there.
but whatever. I'm not the party.
I know
I'm the party planner, but I wasn't charged
Right.
for this party.
Yeah, you need. Yeah, you
But
need
that's
to
your
charge.
pet peeve. Like, people should just, they did the announcement, and there was a wonderful little ode poem that the woman that was his supervisor read and gave it to him. After that, we should have just cut the cake right there.
Like, that's when you cut the cake and then move the bodies out of there.
No, while you have everybody there, just get them going.
Yeah. Like, this is it. Whenever we do about 12 weddings a year, and we DJ it, and inevitably I end up being the wedding planner because somebody didn't hire one of those, or something's going on, or somebody's busy. And I'm like, let's go. Let's fire these off. Let's get the formals done. Let's get the cake and everybody.
Yep.
And then let's get to the dancing portion, like the just relax portion, because you want people to just relax.
Right. You don't
talk
want this
to each other
constant
then.
start and stop because you got momentum. Get it going, because there are people that they want dessert. They want sweets.
I refer to it as auntie's anxiety. Growing up, I had 5 aunts, and inevitably they're all pushers. They're all like, let's move it along. They're all very ADD. I don't know, OCD, cleaning the plate as you're eating it. I'm still eating that. Stop, give it to me. Go away. They're just pushers. So I'm so used to moving things along at a regular pace.
Yeah, we have.
Otherwise, you're not eating. Things are being cleaned underneath your feet, and you're being pushed out before the party even started.
We don't even get to appetizers. My grandmother-in-law at Easter, she would always be like, "Have you checked the ham? I think the ham needs to be checked." Like, girl, calm down.
Take a minute, will you? So yes, I was raised in a very, very big, let's go, let's move this thing. And it drives me crazy when people are lackadaisical or no one's paying attention to what's happening in the room.
Lackadaisical.
Read a room. Speaking of read a room and no cake, Oprah apparently is leaving Weight Watchers. The stocks plummeted 25% on the news that she's leaving. Is it because she admittedly opened that she's taking Ozempic? Guys, this program doesn't work for me. I'm leaving. I'm stepping off this board. I'm taking my shot.
Let's compare and contrast Weight Watchers versus Ozempic.
She's like, it's clear. This is the road that I've chosen now. Goodbye. Good luck to you all. Apparently, they were under fire also.
There's the door. Namaste.
Right? Well, they were under fire because they invited a bunch of larger influencers to this party where they're going to start rolling out their version of Ozempic, Wegovy, whatever it is, their subscription. This is the next evolution of what Weight Watchers is doing, and it totally backfired. These people were absolutely disgusted to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, basically, you brought me here to show me all of like your vanity weight loss drugs. I don't want to be a part of this club. Obviously, I like who I am. This is what I do. I'm an influencer in this genre. I'm not going to just jump on the bandwagon. It's not a choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they're like, it's not a gang, it's a club.
Yeah, right. Gang club. It's a difference. It's not a gang.
Low riser.
It's good stuff. Pause. So yeah, no, Oprah. And if you have that stock, I would definitely sell that.
Well,
it's almost Oscar season.
It is.
Oscar season. You are an award show watcher.
I am, but there are certain movies I have no interest in watching.
Such as?
I know they're great, but Killers of the Flower Moon, don't need another history
Yeah.
lesson. I'm very happy that Lily won the SAG award.
Mm-hmm.
It was wonderful. It was lovely to see Emma Stone. So excited for her to win, who was also a nominee. The SAG awards were really nice, but they were live on Netflix last Sunday. That was interesting.
Yeah, I felt like you were the only human being in America watching it.
Yep.
But you're a true fan, and you like the art, you like the fanfare, you like the outfits, you like the whole thing, the pomp and the circumstance. You're into it.
And even like the Grammys, I don't know a lot of the new music.
Yeah.
But a lot of the tributes and some of the people that I do know that were there, I got really emotional. It was really nice to watch. Especially some of the speeches. It was really cool.
I feel like people are contemplative this year and respectful and excited about supporting each other, which is a nice shift in energy in the world.
That's why I get really angry or despondent when people that are not present. So yeah, I do want to see American Fiction. Anatomy of a Fall looks really interesting. I haven't seen that, but I've seen The Holdovers, I've seen Barbie, I've seen Maestro. We're gonna skip that one.
Yeah.
I've seen Poor Things. I have not seen The Zone of Interest or Past Lives.
I really wanted to see Poor Things with you. We both ended up getting sick that weekend. We had to wait a weekend.
Yeah. Oppenheimer. No, I've tried. I started falling
Oppenheimer.
asleep. I'm not going to do it. Open, whatever. Tomato.
That's it.
Who else do we have here? I'm looking at.
I did.
If you haven't seen Rustin, which is on Netflix, Coleman Domingo, fantastic, wonderful piece. And that's that one's an interesting one, because it's about someone who has not received the type of acknowledgement for being part of human rights, triumph and struggle and activism. And I loved his portrayal of Rustin. That was really great. So I really highly recommend watching that.
They always have a big Oscar party over at Ted Murphy's house, and I love it. All the dishes are Oscar themed.
That's great.
So it's clever, it's fun, it's silly, it's nice to watch with a group of people. He's a screenplay writer. Actually, one of his students wrote Naiad.
I was just looking at the Best Actress.
Can we just talk about Jodie Foster all of a sudden banging out some amazing performances right now? True Detective was really good.
Yeah, I know. I enjoyed it so much. I have not seen the second series because the first one was with Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
What's his name? All right.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey.
There you go.
But it was a good one.
I love that one. I didn't see the second one, but I have seen this one with Jodie, and I don't know the actor's name. She's fantastic.
Honestly, it was so good.
And it's so funny. I was looking up where's Innis, Alaska. Doesn't exist.
Right.
And they filmed it on Iceland. Okay. Moving on.
You're like, son of a, this isn't real.
Great writing, great filming. I loved the concept. It was really cool.
Yeah, especially with a very bland background of just crappy snow.
Well,
they made it really magical, and it was a wild ride.
Well, that's when it's funny you talk about it being dead, winter, magical. That's one of the things I tell people that I love about winter.
What, that blank canvas?
It's dead, but it's about rebirth.
Yeah,
and that's one of the reasons why I love the change of seasons.
Yeah,
and then when you're out in the snow, it's the most isolating yet so exhilarating feeling. And as far as I'm concerned, that's why I love the snow. When you're in a snowstorm or something like that, it's really cool. I find it very cool.
It's fine in the moment. It's just the aftermath of when it turns out yucky. I'm over it.
Well, that's your problem. You have to shovel or you have to.
I know. Now it's all melted and now it's all gross looking.
Talking about the nature of it.
Yes, I know. It is. It does form its own sort of.
It's magical. I do think a lot of mysticism around it as well. But yeah, and then I did watch Naiad. It was good. I love it because it's a historical piece.
Gloria said Maestro was painful.
More than that.
We agree. Concur.
And what's her name? Yeah, Carey Mulligan. Did she really need to be nominated? Especially an Oscar for that. Really? Sorry. Well, for me, it's like, and that's the other thing when they talk about this excellence and this, and that, it's like, we see some of these actors regurgitating, doing different roles, and then I'm not going to criticize a certain person that's been nominated over 20 times, but it's just like, we're not giving other actors the opportunity.
Yeah. It does bother me, that part.
It's the industry using these people because they bring in money.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like not supporting the arts or people that are really talented.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many people that are lost and don't get this opportunity. And we would have more people in this kind of academy or this, this list historically. And we don't recognize enough people that are in the arts.
That's fair.
There you go.
Yeah, I like that. And
So as much as I love it, I still criticize it.
100%, but I feel like that's just your personality anyway.
Yeah. We're going to have a real conversation here.
What's up, Sarah? Thanks for joining us on the show. Rtb and Stephanie, we're having some fun. Don't forget, we have literally, I think, 5 tickets left for Cabin Fever. So if you want to go on Saturday, I suggest that you get those tickets because we are about to be sold out. The Midnight Society is going to be there performing. And this is to benefit Habitat for Humanity. They're building homes on the Cape. They've done so for the last 35 years. The program, the volunteers, everything that they do is just amazing. Also, visit one of their restores. It's either in Dennis or in Falmouth. And just recycle. We got a lot of crap here on Earth. Let's reuse it, please.
It's true.
And obviously, that's not their tagline. I'm just surmising it for you.
We got to get a good picture of you with a nasty face.
Yeah, right.
Like, we got a lot of crap in here. Love Stephanie.
Listen, clean it up. Yeah, right. I think
Clean up your trash.
that should have been my Valentine's Day
my
card. That's for next year.
Totally.
We got plenty of time here.
Never
Good
know
morning,
what's going to hit
Lauren. Yeah, you definitely don't know.
Yeah. Don't go to Providence.
The plop is in the house.
Oh, they are. Okay. Welcome.
The Power Lesbians of Cape Cod. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
It's the Power Lesbians of Provincetown, not Cape Cod.
Well, now they're everywhere. They're not just in
Don't mess with my
Provincetown.
acronym.
That's the OG plop.
Oh, please. They've got property.
They wear pearls and diamonds. They don't need t-shirts.
And martini glasses.
Gotta have a martini glass.
Absolutely.
If you missed that story, it was just absolutely fabulous. RTB and I, we get together and we're fresh. We laugh. We laugh so hard we cry.
Totally.
One of us may have peed our pants. It's always a good time. Just so when you see us, you want to hang out with us. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's always a good time.
There is a price for admission, though.
Oh, thank you, Emily, for dropping the tickets in the chat. I appreciate that. Like I said, 5 tickets left. So
Wow, that's awesome.
I know.
I wish
Yes.
it wasn't this weekend.
I know. Well, you're busy, and I'm so
I
excited
know.
for you to do the 24-hour play. I suggest that everybody out there, and may this be your walking orders out of today's show, do something for yourself that's different, puts you a little bit uncomfortable, and pushes your boundaries just a little this year. Get out of your comfort zone.
It's true. I try to do things that I fear, I'm nervous about.
You're
Because I'm not sure. Going into this is like I'm not confident right now about doing a lot of physical stuff on stage.
Yeah.
So it will depend on what the script is like, but I'll rise above it and I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be good, and I
But
want to have
that's why we're
fun.
friends. You're
Yeah.
growth minded, and I appreciate that.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate too.
you gotta be a doer, or you can't hang out. You can't sit with us.
I'm a doer. I'm doing all the time. I'm not doing as much as I used to, but
Hey, listen,
I'm still a giver.
they're phases. I don't even know if I want to jump
Different
into that.
ways, I know.
Speaking of being a giver, thank you very much for giving me Billy Porter's book.
Oh yeah.
I'm very excited to.
I want. What's his name?
Which one?
Local.
Ted Murphy?
Byron. Yes.
Ted Murphy's book?
It's not Ted Murphy.
Oh, wait. Yeah, Declan.
Yeah.
Declan Rush.
Declan Rush.
Macabre Trophies.
That's what I want. Can I
All
borrow
right.
that?
Yes, you may. We can swap.
Give Kami what I want.
I've got it for you.
Thank you.
I'm going to be able to read it today. I got to take my girlfriend. This is also another reminder to schedule all of your tests for all of your things, people.
Yeah.
I usually try and do it in January. I'm actually walking. It was really annoying. I finally made all the appointments, mammograms, colonoscopies, all the things.
Yeah.
But you just got to do it. Make
Yeah.
yourself healthy-ish. I had my first night with my sleep apnea machine last
Apnea.
night.
Papnea. I love it.
I've nicknamed him Papnea. You know what, though? I'm not complaining because as noisy as it is,
Yep.
it's way better than his snoring.
Well, I call it your Darth Vader.
I'll take Darth Vader
Yeah.
all day over a snore in my ear bowl. So
Have you seen that meme?
No.
What's that? What's the 3 things? Fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah.
And what's his name says Padma.
No, I haven't seen it.
And
You have to
scene,
send
yeah.
it to me.
It-
He
I'll-
is so
I'll
good
have
with
to find
memes.
it. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Billy Porter, condolences to him because his mom just passed away.
Ugh.
She was suffering for a while, a long time, but yeah, she just recently passed. So I saw the post. I felt bad, but
He's just a fabulous
she's in a
person.
better place. You know, he's always been a wonderful, you know, son to her, and taking care of her when he can.
Yeah.
So, and he's yeah. He also did the Who Do You Think You Are historical thing. Have you seen that show? It's on
Yeah,
NBC.
yeah. No, I didn't see his episode.
Lisa Kudrow created that or produced it. And
It's
yeah,
fun.
I've seen his. It was very interesting because it was very telling of what happened to his father in Pittsburgh way back when, his relatives. It
Ooh,
was
I'll have
very
to look
interesting.
that
Yeah,
up.
you should watch it. I love Billy Porter.
It's better than whatever my husband's been having me watch, that weird cat show with the guy that walks in with a guitar case and he saves the cats from causing problems in the house. I'm like, what are we watching here?
Did you like the cat meme I sent you?
Yes. It's exactly my story of my life over there. It's like, you read me like a book.
This is why I drink, Linda.
Seriously.
Where's my martini glass?
Yeah, right. I'm about ready for a
I
martini
know,
glass.
It's wine o'clock somewhere.
Right. All right. Well, our camera is closed and off, and I don't know what's happened. It's not the
Uh-oh.
first time we've broken the camera.
Oh.
So we're going to go. We appreciate you from RTB and I. Good luck with your 24-hour play. We'll drop that in the chat. We'll
Thanks.
talk to you soon.
Bye.
I don't know what's happening over here. We shut off the camera. Everybody, listen up. Hank's got lunchtime here on lemonadio.com. We'll talk to you soon.